Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Slightly better start than the last one. So we have a West Coast IPA, one of my favourite styles, by one of my favourite brewers, Banks Brewing, out of Seaford, Victoria, Australia. It's called In the Clear, and it is a 6.7 West Coast IPA featuring terpenes, shall I say, Pineapple Express variant. So on the back it says terp-driven West Coast IPA loaded with Strata, Simcoe, Centennial, and Chinook, then boosted with Pineapple Express terpenes for that unmistakable resinous, weedy hit. Zesty citrus, ripe pineapple, and sticky pine. Now that sounds like a beer down my alley. So I'm very excited for this one. Plus, I love green. New glass, hashtag proper glassware. The old Banksy with the seagull. Pretty cool. Let's get into it. Hoping for a banger here. Hoping for at least 4.5 out of 5. It's a boy. Ooh. What I'm going to do quickly is go take a photo. I will be back shortly. And we're live. Now, this beer looks amazing. So it's quite clean, practically see through it. It's actually got fairly active carbonation, which is pretty cool. Very lively. Yeah, big sort of 3-finger foamy white head. Colour, I did sort of hope for a little more of that caramel sort of orange, but it does have a sort of a slightly darker appearance. So I think it's going to be pretty decent. So I'd say sort of a dark straw. Yeah, and probably medium body, if anything. Yeah, well, I think I said 6.7%. Cheers, Craig. Cheers, Susie. Yeah, for sure. You have a couple of them, it's like, ooh. Sure is, mate. Hope yours is going well. I've just had a quiet one at home. After that week of going to see Oasis and Metallica in the same week, I've just been like laying low. I mean, it cost me a fair bit of money that week, but also just took it out of me. Going back to work straight after it and just being tired as fuck. But yeah, it was one of those things. It's like those memories you'll have for the rest of your life, sort of thing. Like they were both great gigs. So yeah, let's go a smell. And yeah, featuring Pineapple Express terpenes, this one. So it's going to be very weedy like. Oh, it smells so good. So straight up, just the base itself is white bread, and you're getting maybe a little touch of biscuit, but the hop and the terpenes, it's just like huge weed, like cannabis, pine, and yeah, huge pineapple as well from the terpene. I'm getting also like there's like a berry note, almost like a blueberry. Some grapefruit, some orange, maybe a touch of like peach. There's just so much going on. It's real complex. Oh, it smells delightful. It's like a combination of, I don't know, maybe like cannabis, pineapple candies, and like a hoppy beer. Even like, yeah, like dry forest sort of aromas. Ooh, this is gonna be good. It just come up in my bathroom. My speaker, the girl on the speaker started talking. Power on, Bluetooth connected. Next minute, it'll start playing Metallica or something. Anyway, let's have a sip. This smells amazing. Where's the seagull? Hey, such a rad glass. Ah, that is divine. Oh, wow. That's the sort of beer where you need to go back and get more of. Fuck me, that's good. I challenge anyone out there to have better West Coast than Australia does. Someone like Craig, Kent Beer Reviews, in the UK would have this and just be like, fuck me. I just know he would sip that and just be like, that is exactly what I need. It's so good. Just real dank, resinous, bitter. It's got a touch of sweetness from like, yeah, the sort of fruit characters, but it finishes very dry, obviously. Like slightly oily. It's honestly, it's like if you could liquefy a dry forest and like cannabis, that's what it would taste like. And to some people, they're like, "That's fucked." It's like pure bong water. Oh God, that's good. Pardon me. So yeah, I think I need to try and find some more of that. One of my favourite brewers up in Brisbane, they're called Working Title. They do an actual native pine ale. It's called, and it's got all the old school West Coast hops like this. It's got actual like pine spruce tips put into the brew. They then run the liquid down they chop a branch up and they then run the liquid through the actual wood. It's it's so good. It's like a special thing they do for Christmas every year. But yeah, every year I only get one of them and I always regret it. So I've got to get a 4-pack this time. I think it sells really quickly though, so that's probably why I only ever get one. Oh, where's all the peeps in the chat at? You've all gone missing. Oh man, that is phenomenal. So yeah, those of you that have just joined, that's what the can up work looks like. Banks are always fucking around with their branding. It's like no can looks the same as another can. They're all different. This is unbelievable, Smoky. Probably one of the beers of the year so far. I've had some very good terpene West Coast this year, but this is one of the best ones. I think it was brewed about 3 weeks ago, maybe. I've got 3 Banks cans in the fridge, and this was the oldest of the 3, so I was like, I better drink it. Ugh. All my fridge is at the moment is beers on 2 shelves, and it's going to be even fuller soon because I'm about to put my advent calendar of beers in there. So it's beers 2 shelves, energy drinks 1 shelf, and then like steaks on another shelf. And then this tiny little area of condiments like hot sauces, mayonnaise, all that sort of stuff. Good old December. It's going to be fucking rad having the time off. Like, even though I don't celebrate Christmas and it's a sucky time of the year for me, I do get like sort of a fair bit of time off so I can just relax. Yeah, it's just the way they go about it. I don't know too much about the processes. Like, I'm not sort of, I know like what's involved in that, but I don't sort of know the science behind it. But you'll get particular beers that, like what's a good example? Say a big imperial stout, Craig. Generally, something like that's got really light carbonation as opposed to maybe a pilsner. Generally, a pilsner will be like sort of high carbonation, big frothy head on it. So yeah, I like to just sort of I like to describe the carbonation as far as like a light to high sort of thing, just so it gives people an idea when they sort of the mouthfeel and when they drink it and what sort of sensation you're getting. But generally, yeah, it sort of depends on the style. That's why I always sort of always sort of yeah, explain sort of the body, like the fullness of it as well. Because yeah, carbonation can sort of relate to like well, I mean, you get it in appearance just with like the cascading of the bubbles and shit, but also like the prickliness of the, say if you're having a lager and it's highly carbonated and you get that sort of prickly mouth feel, or then you have like an imperial stout and it's quite smooth and doesn't really have much fizz to it. It's all I can sort of explain, really. Hopefully that helps somewhat. Yeah, the perfect fridge. Yeah. Just meat, beer, and energy drinks. Oh, and it's got eggs as well. I'm looking forward to these groceries arriving. Chicken. Good old roast chook from the deli. You can't beat it. Fresh rolls, fresh chook, mayo, cheese, salad. Woo. It's like such simple but awesome food. What do they call the roast chook? The bachelor's handbag. I love that. So yeah, hit the old thumbs up, peeps. God, this beer's good. But I would say, I mean, it's good for someone like me that loves bitter, dank, like foresty, weedy like beers. But yeah, if those qualities sort of scare you away from beers, I would say definitely stay away from this one because it's like full on in every aspect. It's so good to think that it's not even 5 p.m. yet, and I don't have to go back to work tomorrow till 1 p.m. Someone's getting lit tonight. I'm going also to start up a little Christmas beer collection. So if anyone comes across some Christmas beers and they're sort of decent quality or like just something that I can get or whatever, just let us know. I'll take a few on board, and when it comes around to Christmas time, I'll have some like Christmas specific beers. So far, I've got Santa's Big Red Sack and Magical Christmas Unicorn. So they're both beers from Bridge Road out of Beechworth. So yeah, definitely Christmas themed, those two. Yeah. Yeah, if I end up doing a Twitch with the music, which I probably will, let's be honest. Yeah, I might even have another couple of whiskeys. That rye was so good last week. I want to try more. And yeah, I've got a bit of Coke there, so I can drink it straight or with Coke. If only I had some Jaeger. I've got all those energy drinks in the fridge. I can make the Jaeger bombs. I forgot, with the stream yesterday when I had all the people up on the panel, and I got carried away at the end and started playing music before I went over to Twitch. and those couple of songs gave me a bloody copyright warning. Luckily, I didn't get a strike. I reckon I would have been very close, though, maybe if I played like a couple more songs. So I'm glad I stopped when I did. It doesn't affect the stream too much. It just means like if I had played a few more, I would have got a strike. And if I was monetized, as in a way where you get ad revenue, like you get money from actual YouTube, not from like subscribers, the money then would have went to the artist, and it's like, well, yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, I'd feel bad if people are donating to your channel and then the donation doesn't go through. But apparently that's not the case. If people donate to your channel, it just goes to you regardless, even if your stream gets taken down. Because yeah, I remembered Smokey, gave a donation, which I totally appreciate, dude. Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I hope that doesn't mean that it lose the money. So apparently there's just like a kitty there of money just sitting, and you can't touch it till you get to 1,000 subs, which is pretty cool. It sort of inspires you to keep going and get to 1,000. I've had quite a few donations over the last few months. The more I'm drinking this beer, the more dank and bitter it's getting. Smokey, what was the name of that beer you were banging on about? I'll type it into my Untapped just so I can check it out. I just remember you saying how fucking good it was. Brewdog, yeah. Brewdog were a great brewery back in the day. It depends what the beers are. If they're just their core range, I'd say don't bother. But if they're like limited editions, it might be worth it because it's probably going to be decent value for money. Yeah, it's sort of hard because you don't know. You probably no idea what they're going to have in it. And okay. I love the fact that it's a Russian Imperial that's barrel aged. That's right down my alley. It would have been real roasty, but then you would have got like this bourbon sweetness. Would have been awesome. So Van, is it Van or Von? Van. Van de Van de Sar. Van de Sar bourbon aged. So they're from Wellington, Baylands. Did it say anything about vanilla, dude? Because on Untapped it says a Russian Imperial Sweet Stout aged on vanilla pods and bourbon. Because if that's the case, that's even more down my alley. My favourite type of beer ever is like a bourbon barrel aged impy stout with vanilla. Yeah, I reckon that is. I reckon it's got vanilla in it, the one you had. Yeah, there's a boysenberry and maple. Fuck, man. Oh, I need that in my life. I wonder if they'd send it to Australia. How much was a bottle? Like, was it a bottle or a can? Like even the artwork looks sick as. Is that it there? It looks so good. See, as I said, I'm considering going to Wellington next year for a beer festival. So Baylands are one of the breweries. I'm pretty sure they're always at the festival I'm going to. Yeah, cool. It's sort of it's got me intrigued because it's the exact style I love. I'll show you something quickly. So this here is one of my favourite beers of all time, and if I can get it each year, I do. It's called Fundamental Observation by Bottle Logic out of California, and it's an Imperial Vanilla Stout. It's what's the percentage of it? 14%, and it is an Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with Madagascan vanilla beans. So if I can ever get barrel aged stouts with vanilla, like that's my favourite style of all time. So this here is quite expensive. I buy it every year. This one's obviously still full, unopened. So normally what I do is I'll buy it sort of halfway through the year when they're available, and then I'll save it and normally drink it at Christmas time. It's sort of a bit of a treat for myself because I don't do much for Christmas. So if you ever see this dude and you love that beer you had, this will blow your mind. Some I do. I don't have them on display as such. I I think because I don't own my own house. I think once I'd own my own house and have a proper setup, I'll probably like set up a little shelf with all like my favourite beers of all time, sort of thing. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, for sure. It's great. You get addicted, don't you? It's even worse when you've got Untapped. When you've got Untapped as an app and you're there and you're checking beers in and you're taking photos and commenting and God, that beer's good. So Christmas time, you'll see me drinking shit like this and highly enjoying it. I don't know if Bill's still there. Bill was in the chat in the last stream, but he knows Bottle Logic very well. He knows how hyped a beer like this is. All the way from Anaheim, California. It's going to be hard. The one thing that's going to be hard, though, is I've obviously had the XBA wasn't too mega, but this is like some real good different shit. And then I'm now going to go back to Carlton Dries. It's going to be hard. I really needed like a big stout or something there. Would be good. I don't know if anyone out there's heard that there was a cult beer by Stone called the Arrogant Bastard, and it's like a strong ale. I think it's like an American strong ale. Well, anyway, there's a brewery in the Yarra Valley called Hargraves Hill, and they've done their own version of the Arrogant Bastard. And I've got that in the fridge. I thought, ooh, might be something I could do later on. Big malty boy. I think American strong ales, they're real malty, but they're also hoppy as well. So it's probably like a bit like an American barley wine, just not as big in ABV. Yeah, as a treat, mate. Very good. It's the sort of thing, if you can, if you got a mate that's into that sort of stuff as well, do like a share. That's where it's always good if you got another mate or couple of mates that are into craft beer and these type of beers, like it's good to be able to share them. Or if you go, quite often, the bars I go to, like Carwyn Cellars in Melbourne, they do like tap takeovers. So that's the best time to try real expensive shit is going to a bar during like a tap takeover and just being able to pay for a small pour, and then you can have a couple of different ones. It's the best way to do it. Yeah, for sure, dude. Where are you getting them from? Like a bottle shop or a brewery? Or I was going to say, if it's from like a bottle shop, just ask them. Just say, "Oh, do you guys, if they do like online deliveries and stuff, just say, do you guys post to Australia?" So I know there's actually quite a few New Zealand breweries and vice versa. What we send stuff to them, it might cost you like, yeah, $30 or $40 or something, but it's worth it if it's from one country to another. Yeah, the best way to buy them, Craig, if you are going to buy, like, say, if you're ever buying bottles like that are very costly, bottle shops like Carwyn Cellars, and there's probably a few in Sydney. I know. Did you ever end up going to the Bitter Few? So I know that's meant to be sort of like the Carwyn Cellars of Sydney. Bitter Few. Anyway, bottle shops like that will generally have a buy six singles and you'll get like 15 or 20% off. So when it comes to real expensive stuff, it's the best way to do it. You just throw that one bottle in amongst like a couple of other randoms that you want to try. And yeah, you'll get the 10 or 15% off, and it brings the price down to, like, say if it's something like Bottle Logic, it'll bring it down into the 60s. And then it's like, well, yes, that is expensive, but to think to get a beer like that a couple of years ago, you would have been up for about 80 or 90 bucks. Cheers, Joe. Good to see you, dude. You on the lagers, brother? I'm on a West Coast featuring terpenes. I don't even know where I put the can. Yeah, I've thrown it over there. Or not thrown it, but placed it, and then it's. Yeah, cool. Yeah, we have liquor lands in Australia. It's sort of like the Coles supermarket sort of bottle shop. Yeah, that's unreal, that thing. That's how I got those beers that are coming this week. So I got 4 from Bracket, 4 from Kicks, 4 from One Drop, and then I think I got a couple of other singles. But yeah, to get 20% off if you buy more than 6, it brings it down a fair bit. Yeah, for sure. How long do you get off work, dude? Normally I only get 3 days, but this year we've got like nearly 2 weeks. It's weird. Yep. Yeah, so I think you've got a little bit longer than me. I think I don't know if we go back on the 5th or a bit after, but I know I'm working the 20 up until about the 23rd. I might actually be working Christmas Eve yet. Doesn't worry me if I do. If anything, I'd sort of rather be working because yeah, I don't really do anything for Christmas. But December's always massive for me because I have 2 Advent boxes, and it's just a busy time of the year for beers and drinking and that as well. So it gets to the end of December and I'm just fucked. I'm like, thank God I can just have a couple of days of not drinking. I've got that candy one in the fridge by them, dude. I remember you saying you had it. I can't remember if you drank it or not though. And I've got I think it's a New Zealand Stout by Garage Project. I think it's just a lighter stout. Definitely starting to get hungry. Having to wait for these groceries is a pain in the ass. Hopefully, they're more likely 6 than 7. See, it's yeah. If it's 6 o'clock, it'll only be like 50 minutes away. It says arrive 6 p.m., so that's good. There you go. That's cool. He dropped off a pallet, and then he's like, "Now I'm gonna, now I'm gonna take a little pallet of my own." Yeah. Oh, that's a teasing comment if I've ever heard one. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up there, guys. I'm empty again. I am keen to kick on. I'll be drinking more of these boys. So back to the macro for a while. So yeah, those of you that have got my Twitch handle, come and join us over there. I'll put it in the chat. Pardon me. That was awkward. I had to actually go into Twitch to get it, and then I'm like, I forgot I was streaming on there as well. So I'm there like trying to get it while I'm looking at myself live. So yeah, that's my Twitch channel there. If anyone has Twitch, or if you want to jump on there and you don't have it, it's easy as to sign up. Had a couple of people sign up yesterday and join. So yeah, we normally just go over there and play some tunes and keep drinking the beers. Yeah, it's sort of laid back. It's just easy. You don't get in trouble over there like you do on YouTube. So yeah, just chuck on some tunes. I'll still be talking shit. Sometimes people might jump up on the panel. But yeah, it's just another way to sort of kick on, like the after party sort of thing. So yeah, thanks for hanging out on this one, and feel free to hit the like if you haven't already. It's been sort of two fairly solid streams, two good beers. This one I'm going to give. I'm a big fan. I'm going to say a 4.6 out of 5. Very, very, very good West Coast IPA. It was already good without the terpenes, and they've just elevated it slightly. So I would say if you're a fan of West Coast, you're a fan of sort of dank and bitter and resinous, you can't go wrong with this beer. Yeah, for sure, Trav. So yeah, I'll probably I might even have a quick coffee first, go to the loo, feed the dogs, just all that sort of shit, and then yeah, I'll start up a Twitch stream. So maybe say I think it's 5:18 now, so yeah, about 15 minutes or so, just after 5:30 Australian time. Cheers, legends. Thanks for chiming in. If you're not about later, I'll see you for Carwin Canvent, day 1 of the almighty calendar. So, yeah, I'll be doing a different beer by a different brewery every day this week. This month, sorry, for Christmas. And then Mountain Culture have one as well, but that doesn't start till, sort of a third of the way into the month. So, yeah, let's do it. Cheers, legends, and we'll see you again shortly.